Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back into the Fortnite video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Xbox versus PS4 and which console I think has the best players or the hardest players, and which console I think is the easiest to win on. This is completely my opinion, so feel free to agree or disagree. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. If you think Xbox servers are harder or PS4 servers are harder, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And before we get into the video, if you guys could, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you're notified every single new video. And alright guys, let's get right into the video. Okay, to start off, I've seen a ton of comments saying stuff like, man, PS4 servers are so much harder than Xbox servers. Every single gameplay I see is full with a bunch of noobs. Xbox players are all trash. I've seen all these comments saying that if I was playing on PS4, I would have no chance. I wouldn't get any kills at all. So I wanted to make this video to clear up which console I think is easier and which console I think is harder to play on. And honestly, I played on both consoles. I played on Xbox, but obviously I do play on Xbox. That's what I play on now. And I have played on PS4 as well. So I have played on both consoles, so I have experienced both consoles and the players in each console. Obviously, I've played Xbox a lot more, and I played PS4. I've won a good number of games on PS4, and I had a pretty good idea of the people I was playing against and the skill levels of those players that I was playing against on those PS4 servers. So when it comes down to it, my opinion and whether I think the PS4 players are better or the Xbox players are better, my opinion, I know it sounds crazy, like it's just kind of out there, but they're exactly the same. Exactly the same. There's no difference. I know that sounds crazy, and I know it's hard for some of you guys to believe it. You know, all you guys commenting that PS4 is so difficult, it's so much harder than Xbox, and all Xbox players are trash. But let me explain. Just right on the screen, I'm gonna put up an Xbox controller, and then on the left, I'm gonna pull up a PS4 controller. Okay, so here on the screen, we have two controllers, right? The one on the right is the Xbox controller, and the one on the left is the PS4 controller, right? So the argument is that people on Xbox are trash and PS4 players are very, very good, and it's hard to win on PS4, right? And so I have both the controllers up right here. They're very, very similar. The only difference that I can see is that the left thumbstick on the PS4 controller is slightly lower than the Xbox controller, right? So that is the only difference I see. So take an average player, an average Fortnite player, and give them an Xbox. And they put on Xbox. An average Fortnite Xbox player, and then we have an average PS4 Fortnite player, right? So we have the two average Fortnite players. So my question would be, how would a PS4 controller have an advantage over an Xbox controller? Because that's what it all comes down to. If we're talking about if PS4 players are better or Xbox players are better, there has to be some sort of advantage that PS4 players have that makes them better players than Xbox. Because if not, if people are playing on the exact same playing field, there's no way that the average player could be that much better. I mean, that just sounds crazy. I know it's kind of way out there, but like I said, it's just my opinion on it. And I say if there's no actual advantage in the controller, there's no way that the average player could be that much better. And if you think about it, when you compare an average PS4 player and an average Xbox player, if you really think about it, when someone gets a kill in Fortnite, someone has to die, right? So there's going to be really, really good players who get a lot of kills and a lot of really, really bad players who die a lot. So if someone's getting a kill and someone's dying, that means there has to be an average, right? And if they are the exact same controllers, the average should be very, very similar. So when it comes down to it, another argument is that the PS4 players, the top tier PS4 players, are way better than the Xbox players, right? The best of the best on the PS4 are better than the best of the best on Xbox. And when you're comparing the best players, when you think about it, people like to say that because a lot of the best players that they've seen are on PS4, like Nick Merckx, like all these really good PS4 players, and they don't see a lot of Xbox players that are really good. And maybe I'm crazy, maybe the reason that they don't see a lot of really good Xbox players is when you see people like Nick Mercs and really big Fortnite PS4 players, maybe the only reason you even know about Nick Mercs is because you've seen him on YouTube, you've seen him in other people's videos. It's because people like that have grown a presence on social media, and maybe there's a lot of really good Xbox players and a lot of really good PS4 players who just don't use YouTube or just don't promote their videos, or maybe don't even make videos. They're just really good players who like to play the game and like to grind for their stats. And those are the players you don't know about, but they're extremely good at the game. You just don't hear about them because they're not like really big on YouTube. They're not big on any social media. They're just really good players who just don't make videos on YouTube, so they don't have a following, and that's why you don't hear about them. So when it comes to the top tier players, there is extremely good players on both sides, PS4 and Xbox. They just aren't getting noticed because they're just not making YouTube videos and promoting themselves on social media. So you guys never hear about these players at all, and you never will, because they're not really big names. They're just good players who like to play the game. And for all of those reasons, that is why PS4 players and Xbox players are the same, unless there's a statistical difference that you guys can prove that PS4 players are much better than Xbox players. In my opinion, it's completely my opinion. You guys can agree, you guys can disagree, but they're exactly the same. There is no skill gap, there is no skill difference in having an Xbox controller versus a PS4 controller, when the only difference in controllers is where the left thumbstick is, and then on the PS4 controller it's just a little bit lower, which makes absolutely no difference at all when it comes to playing in-game or actual gunfights. And another thing I wanted to talk about in actual gameplay itself, when it comes down to it, in each lobby you're gonna have really good players and you're gonna have really bad players. Some lobbies are just gonna be full of noobs, and some lobbies are gonna be full of tryhards, and then sometimes you're just gonna have a mix. And that's how it is no matter what you play on, PC, Xbox, or PS4. It doesn't matter what you play on. Either way, you're gonna have good lobbies and you're gonna have bad lobbies, and not every single gunfight is gonna be super easy to go into and super hard to go into. When it comes to YouTubers who post gameplays all the time, YouTubers are not gonna be posting gameplays that they lose in. It's just common sense. We don't post gameplays that we get trashed on. So there can be times where we're playing where we can lose 3 games in a row, 4 games in a row, dying to sweaty players, and you guys are never gonna see it because we're posting the gameplays of us winning and going for high kill games. And those games typically are going to be the lobbies are filled with noobs, because if I'm being completely honest, if someone drops 20 to 30 kills in one game of Fortnite, the vast majority of that lobby is going to be noob to below average players. For example, put a player like me, which I would consider above average player to a top tier player on Xbox, put me 20 times in front of one guy, and I guarantee there is no chance at all someone's gonna run through me 20 times. It's just not gonna happen. So if someone's running through 20 people, they're not really, a lot of the players are not gonna be very good at the game, because really good players are gonna be harder to kill. Those are the gunfights that are gonna be taking longer. Sometimes you get quick kills on really good players, but most of the time those are the gunfights that are gonna be dragged on. So in every single lobby, you're going to have those good players and you're going to have those bad players. It's just how it is. It's just how Fortnite is, because it is not a skill-based matchmaking. Thank God it isn't a skill-based matchmaking. That would be so annoying to play sweaties every single game. When it comes to those comments that I see that PS4 are such better players and it's so much harder to play on PS4, I've seen it all. I've actually looked up a few of the stats of people who have said that, and I'm just saying, when I look through their stats and I see that they have 30 wins in 2,000 matches played, and they're rocking a solid 1.1 KD or maybe even less, there's nothing wrong with that. I want people to get better at the game. I want people to improve. But if they're trying to suggest that the reason their stats are that low and they can't win any games is because PS4 is so hard, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but you're doo-doo, bro. Like, if you're the type of player that you constantly get trapped in a box and people constantly go for trick shots on you, like, I'm sorry to break it to you, man, but you have no thumbs. You're doo-doo at the game. Like, if you're constantly getting memed on and people are going for some crazy trick shots on you, chances are they don't respect it. They don't put respect on your skills. Like, I'm just sorry to say, they don't respect it. They don't respect none of it. Guys, all I'm trying to say is, if you want to get better at the game and you're blaming the servers, like, come on, man. I mean, the argument's gotta be at least logical, man. Logical in some way. Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it for this video. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like in this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you're notified every single new video. And alright guys, I will see you in the next video.